Guess what we're talking about today? We're dealing with the law of purpose. I get so many emails. People say, well, I don't know my purpose. And it's not the easiest thing in the world to, communicate in an email. But today I'm dealing with the law of purpose. It's the first law in a little book that I wrote some years ago entitled The Laws of Manifesting Your Vision. It's no longer in print, but if you sign up for my email list, you can actually get the PDF digital download of it just for becoming a part of my community. And I would encourage you to do that sooner than later because I'm not certain how long that's going to be available. But it's a perk for those that join our mailing list community. But today we're dealing with the law of purpose, and I want you to stay right there, buckle up, get something to write with, because this one is going to help you a whole lot. Hello. Man, I tell you what, I am so excited about the word that I have to share with you today. And it comes from a little book that I wrote. It's no longer in print. The Laws of Manifesting Your Vision. I wrote this some years ago, really, and it's the smallest book I've written, but it's so filled with nuggets and principles that will literally change a person's life. And I want to deal with the first law of manifesting your vision. And I'm not going to teach the whole series, but I just thought to pull this particular lesson from it because we are moving into, at the time of my filming this, we are moving into a brand new year, 2021. And everybody, when the calendar changes over, everybody's trying to clamor to make certain that we are living our lives on and within purpose, right? Which only makes sense. So I decided to deal with this at this time because it's just, I think it's perfect timing, the law of purpose. Now, when we talk about vision, manifesting your vision, let's get some definition. And I am reading, so if I'm looking down a lot, you understand why. Vision is the personal or corporate awareness of an ultimate state of being for a person or an organization. Vision is accompanied by a series of instructions and objectives leading to that ultimate state. Let me read it again. Vision, it is the personal or corporate awareness of an ultimate state of being. I call it a preferred future. It is the personal or corporate awareness of an ultimate state of being for a person or organization, accompanied by a series of instructions and objectives leading to that ultimate state or that preferred future. A person that is a visionary has a real clear glimpse, or grasp is a better word, on what their preferred future should look like. Vision is the step-by-step process of life that leads to a greater and weightier objective called purpose. A person must always start at purpose first. From a unique purpose, a vision is designed. A person must always start at purpose first, and from a unique purpose, a vision is designed. Now, let me read this illustration. The relationship between vision and purpose is viewed fairly well in the construction process, the building process. The purpose is the intangible and immaterial because it is the idea of what the owner of the project sees for the site. No building project starts without somebody seeing something that's not there. That's the purpose for the whole process. Somebody sees something that's not there that they want to see manifested. So the purpose is intangible and immaterial because it is the idea of what the owner of the project sees for the site. The ultimate picture that the owner sees is the entire reason for the process. The vision is captured in the step-by-step plans that the architect lays out for every individual playing a role in the project. The vision is the blueprint of the purpose. So the purpose is imagined, it's immaterial, invisible, and then from the purpose that's in the mind of the owner of the project, the architect then develops a plan, a blueprint, which is indicative of a vision that leads to what? The manifestation of what the owner originally saw in his or her mind. Vision always leads to manifesting the things that we see that are invisible. I hope I'm not going too deep for you. So vision becomes the roadmap to purpose. Therefore, purpose and vision must be married. There are too many people who have a vision and it's not married to any purpose. And when you have a vision that's not married to purpose, you're running on pure ambition, which is fleeting. You know, we have different ambitions on different days. You know, depending on how I feel, I may have the ambition to be a 56-year-old rapper tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? If my life is not rooted in purpose, vision that has no purpose is simply vain ambition. Purpose is the destination of vision because vision is always leading us somewhere. Purpose is the destination of vision because vision is always leading us somewhere. Your vision will always look too big to attain. And this is because your vision is a portrayal of the potentially ultimate you. Your vision says, this is what you can be. And your vision leads you to your potential. Your vision does not allow you to stagnate in your present. Your vision charts out a step-by-step process that leads to your potential. This is why it's dangerous for a woman to marry a man that has no vision. Because where there is no vision, the people perish. So we must constantly evolve into the ultimate state of being. Now, the trick of the devil, the trick of the enemy is to get you bogged down in where you are currently, rather than focusing on the journey to the ultimate destination. Your vision leads to the best version of you. But you know, the trick of the enemy is to get you caught up in your emotions and to get you bogged down in complacency where you presently are. But listen to what the Bible says in Habakkuk 2:3. I just mentioned it actually. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Your vision, even your current disheveled state, is leading to your ultimate state if you don't give up. He says, for the vision is for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. You know, you may not have anything that's encouraging now. It may seem like everything that can go wrong is going wrong. Stay on track with the vision, the purpose in your mind. You're going to have a lot of days where you're going to feel discouraged, but the vision, if you stick with it, the vision will speak for itself. Because your purpose will never match your current state. Your purpose is always going to look like it's somewhere out there. And you just keep on, like the tortoise and the hare. Poor little tortoise just making those little, steps, those little slow steps, and the hare just darting by him. But the tortoise stayed with the vision. He had a vision that I'm going to win this thing. I may not have the best gift. I may not be the fastest. I may not be the best looking, but I'm going to win this thing. And he stuck with it. And he just kept on putting one foot in front of the other. And before he knew it, he was stretching his neck out across that finish line, doing the impossible. So it is with your vision, your purpose rather. Your purpose will never match your current state. It's going to always in your natural mind look like, I'm outclassed here. There's no way in the world I can do this. This can't work. Now let's define purpose. It is the original intent or reason for the existence of a thing or person. That's the purpose. It is the original intent or reason for the existence of a thing or person. I have on, this is actually a new shirt that I'm wearing right here. Well, when I bought this shirt, I could have very well bought this shirt to wash my car with it. This shirt could wash my car. The material is soft enough, just be careful with the buttons, but I could have bought this as a rag to wash cars. I could have bought this as a dish towel. I could dry my dishes with this. Lisa probably wouldn't be too happy about it, but I could do it. Well, even though I can do those things with this shirt, that's not the purpose of the shirt. The original intent or reason for the existence of a thing is its purpose. This shirt is purposed to be worn by a man. When a person finds their purpose, they contact their reason for living. Purpose is separate from financial compensation or feasibility. It is the fulfilling element of a person's life. If a person lives apart from his or her purpose, he will never be satisfied. She will never be fulfilled. Millions of dollars cannot substitute for purpose. True success is in living out one's purpose for being. You're not a success if you're not living out your purpose for being. We have to stop defining success by, how many zeros you have in your bank account. If you make 6 or 7 figures a year, you may make 6 or 7 figures a year. But if you're doing something that the Creator did not originally intend you to do, you're not going to feel any sense of fulfillment. And therefore, you're not succeeding. You're just a successful failure. To make a lot of money to do something that God never created you to do is not succeeding. It's, you're just at the top of the failure. You're at the top of the failure heap. You're just a failure that's making a lot of money to fail. The difference between winners and losers is the recognition and pursuit of one's life's purpose. See, you sit and you look at me, and I'm one of the most successful people in the world. I don't have the most money. God knows I don't. There are millions of people who have much more money than I have. I'm not the most popular. Millions of people who are much more popular than I am, loved more than I am. But there are not a lot of people who are actually 100% living within the parameters of why the Creator made them. I always mention my father, who's right there over my shoulder. I keep a picture where I can look at him. Because what I learned from him is to live your life within the structure of the Creator's design for you. Don't worry about the opinions of people. Find out why did God make you, and do that. Be that. Let nothing discourage you. And so I live my life full steam ahead in the direction that God has made clear to my heart relative to why he made me and created me. And so when I wake up in the morning, I'm fulfilled. When I put my head on the pillow at night, I'm fulfilled because I am living my purpose. Never allow the devil to discourage your faith for the manifestation of the real you. You will have a lot of occasions where what you see, what God shows you in the immaterial, in the spirit, you begin to try to put together the vision in your mind, and it's like the devil constantly comes and discourages your pursuit of it because there's no way in the world you can do that. Nobody in your family has ever done that. No other woman has ever done that. Nobody black has ever, no one Hispanic has ever done this. How are you going to? Never allow the devil to discourage your faith for the manifestation of the real you. You are not what everybody sees on the outside. You are really the person that only you can see on the inside. Boy, I love teaching this lesson. So this is so full of nuggets that can literally just transform your life. You are not what everybody sees on the outside. You are really the person that only you can see on the inside. Listen to what 2 Corinthians 4:18 says. It says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. But notice he says, while we look not, and the term look in the Greek is the term scopio, meaning to look at, to observe, contemplate. Listen to this, to fix one's eyes upon, to direct one's attention to. Now, grammatically, this is a present participle which denotes continuous action. I continuously, in other words, gaze upon. I continuously direct my attention to. I continuously fix my eyes upon. I continuously contemplate the purpose that God has revealed for my life. So the overall principle is that we must continuously look towards the unseen spiritual realities of God's purpose for our lives, rather than the temporary predicaments. You have to locate that purpose, and then you have to lock in on it mentally, and then God gives you the vision, the steps. Your steps are then ordered. Hallelujah. Now, purpose and vision. Here's another illustration. Purpose and vision are depicted in the jigsaw puzzle process. When we buy the puzzle, it's in a box with the finished image depicted on the front. This is equivalent to the purpose or destiny of an individual. When we open the box, see your purpose or your destiny, God shows you the ultimate state. You get a mental glimpse of it. That same thing happens when you buy a jigsaw puzzle. You see on the box cover, you see what it is to ultimately look like. When we open the box and discover what seems like the millions of pieces that must be assembled step by step, this is equivalent to the vision process that leads to the ultimate purpose or destiny. The picture on the box, all of the millions of pieces in the box lead to the manifestation of the glimpse you caught of the image on the box. In order to reach the ultimate goal, one must keep the picture before his or her face rather than concentrate on the disorganized pile of parts. You see, when you're putting a jigsaw puzzle together, you have to keep the box in front of you so that you can look at the pieces and figure out what color goes with what section, you see. So you have to keep that purpose before you as your vision is unfolding. You must keep your eyes focused on the big picture if you are to succeed. Now, there's an interesting incident in the life of Peter. One day Jesus was walking on the water and Peter wanted to try to walk on water like he saw Jesus doing. And Jesus said, "Come." Jesus saying to Peter, "Come" is equivalent to the big picture of God's will or purpose for your life. It's when Jesus says, "Come," he's saying, it's my will, Peter, for you to walk on the water just like I'm walking. It's something that transcends your current abilities and is only possible in God's will for your life. Now, the key is to stay focused on that purpose that God shows you and God ordains, and never get sidetracked by the trivial issues or surrounding circumstances. Now, let's look into this account of Peter and Jesus walking on the water. In Matthew 14, verses 28 through 30, it says, "And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me come unto thee on the water. And he said, Come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried, saying, Lord, save me." Now look at Peter. Peter failed in his pursuit of divine purpose because he focused on circumstances and he focused on his inability to handle them, rather than locking in on Jesus's endorsement of the purpose and Jesus's power to help him to fulfill it. He got locked in on what was swirling around him and what he lacked within himself. Now, how do we determine purpose in life? How do we determine purpose in life? A person's purpose is primarily concealed within two important factors: personal gifting and passion. Your purpose is largely determined by what God has gifted you to do effectively and what God will give you a burning desire to accomplish. If you look in Philippians 2 and 13, it says, "For it is God which worketh in you both to will and to do his good pleasure." God works a passion within us to accomplish certain things, to do certain things. When we take the passion and we marry that passion to the unique personal giftings that God has given us, something magical comes of it. Most people are never taught to take your personal giftings and marry them to your passions, because the world trains us to grow up, get educated, get a job. And most of the time we get jobs in areas that have nothing to do with our passion. And so we try to figure out, why are we constantly going to a job decade after decade that never fulfills us? And we're sitting and we're saying, Lord, what happens is we get locked into the finances that the job produces, that has produced the lifestyle that we're unwilling to relinquish to pursue purpose. You see, when you're unlearning a lot of stuff that the world taught you that was wrong, a lot of times you have to be willing to let go of the life you've developed to attain the life that God ordained. But notice two things about this text that I just read. Philippians 2:13, for it is God which worketh in you both to will and to do his good pleasure. God works in us a desire for and an ability to do certain things that please him. That's where you start moving into fulfillment. Living a fulfilled life, a happy life, is a life that is lived within the parameters of the Creator's will and desire for you. See, I don't know, forget what brand this shirt is, but they wouldn't be too pleased to see me take this shirt out of the pack and then go to my dishes and start washing dishes or washing my car with it. Even though I paid for it, they wouldn't be too pleased, because that's not why they created or designed the shirt. The thing that pleases God is the purpose for your life. It is God which worketh in you both to will and to do his good pleasure. The thing that pleases God is the purpose for your life. Now, once you know your purpose, God brings you to the starting line. He brings you to the starting line of life and then gives you a vision to reach that ultimate state. We talked about that. You lock in on that purpose that God has for you. Then God brings you to the starting line and he gives you a vision to reach that ultimate state. He orders your steps. The vision that God will give you is a series of plans, long-term, mid-term, and short-term goals that will lead to the real you, the ultimate state that God has shown you. In Psalms 37:23, here it is. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. And the term steps literally means the goings of. The term ordered in the Hebrew means to be set up, to be established, to be fixed, or to be arranged. God is arranging your steps. He's arranging your life. So God has already fixed the path for every person to get to the destination of purpose. But we have to do the going, and most are afraid to go. Can you see that? Whatever God shows you in the immaterial spiritual realm, he then gives you a vision, a step-by-step process to get to it. We get afraid of the step-by-step process, but the reality is that your steps are ordered. It's already fixed. Your path is already fixed. All you need to do is exercise the faith to go. Your purpose was established before you entered the world. Listen to what the word says about Jeremiah. He says in Jeremiah 1:4-5, then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. I already fixed your life. I already fixed your path. So God puts the desire in you to attempt to accomplish what he has already mapped out for your life before you start. Before Jeremiah started, God had already mapped out his purpose. Listen to what Joshua 6:2-5 says. And the Lord said unto Joshua, see, I have given into thine hand Jericho and the king thereof, and the mighty men of valor. Now I want to stop right there. This is before Joshua went to actually embark upon taking the city of Jericho. God said, what? See it. God shows you the ultimate state and allows you to see it. He then gives you an internal viewing of where you can go. But notice he shows this to Joshua only, not anyone else. You got to stop waiting for everybody else to see your purpose. You have to stop waiting for everybody else to see your purpose. God says, do you see it, Joshua? He says, see it? And then God gave him instructions to follow. So God showed him the purpose, and then God gave him the vision. Joshua walked out the vision, and then the manifestation came. Your purpose and your vision are always personally received. Never expect others to see your vision. We often miss our purpose because we want the family and friends to agree with it. But purpose and vision are personal. John 18:37 says, "To this end was I born. For this cause came I into the world, that I should bear witness unto the truth." So you must know why you're here and what God's purpose is for you. If you don't have a firm grip on your exact purpose, others will attempt to mold you into what they want you to be. God intends for you to be an original, not a copy. The law of purpose. I hope you got something out of this. And I want to just mention a few things to you. Don't forget to stop by my website, rcblakes.com, and sign up for my mailing list. Man, there's some wonderful things that I send out from time to time just to encourage the hearts of the people that are connected to me. You know, I am a pastor at heart, and so there are times that I kind of feel what, people are dealing with, and I'll send out inspirational downloads, PDFs that you can download and revisit. I'd love for you to be a part of that community. Then you get a chance to figure out and see everything that we're doing from time to time. Also, those of you that may need counseling of any kind, don't forget to stop by. Look in my description, and you'll see a link for BetterHelp Counseling. BetterHelp is a counseling agency that we recommend to all of the persons that are connected to us that may need counseling. I'm not a counselor. I'm not a therapist. I'm not none of that. I'm a pastor and a man. I have opinions and I share them. And so we've partnered with BetterHelp, and as you use their services, if you use the link, they will take 10% off of the cost of the counseling, and then they will also sow back into the ministry for our having recommended them. So it's a win-win situation. Now, don't forget to stop by Amazon, pick up my books. And man, look, just know that Lisa and I really, really love you. We really appreciate you. We thank God for you. And hey, till next time, I'm R.C. Blakes. Don't forget to hit that like. I need you to press that like before you give me a thumbs up before you get out of here. And just know Lisa and I love you, and you're on top and you're going higher. God has more in store for you. God bless you.